Okay, well, I have my converted Eachine F16 50mm EDF Jet pusher prop and motor. I don't know if you guys watched the first flights of this to begin with, but you've got these dual servos for the split elevators. And I had one servo that was intermittent from the time that I first put it in the air. Okay, so I've got that servo replaced. I also removed the motor that I had on it and put a more powerful motor on it. This is the Racerstar SIC 2207 2688 kV motor. It is spinning an Rctimer 6x3 high efficiency sport prop. It's a composite prop. I'm going to be flying it with my Turnigy 3S 1300 milliamp hour 35C Lipos. The airframe weighs 375 grams, the Lipo weighs 106 grams, and all up weight of 481 grams. The amount of thrust that this motor and prop produces is 954 grams. That gives me a thrust to weight ratio of 1.98 to 1. I took this out and I put 3 test flights on it. I got it trimmed out pretty well by the third flight. So what I'm going to show you is flight number 2 and flight number 3 on this pusher. And you'll see how much more power this jet has on just a 3S Lipo. And I don't know if it's any speedier. I did remove the vent underneath, the air inlet underneath on the bottom of the fuselage, and I just put a plastic plate in place of that so it wasn't pulling air from underneath it, but I still have this big scoop here in the front. So before I take it out again, I'm going to be capping that off. I'm going to put it in a piece of plastic or a piece of foam at an angle so that it deflects the air, so the air is not, you know, shooting through that tunnel and creating a bunch of drag. And then I think it'll cut through the air a lot better next time I have it out. I got it pretty well lined out in the 3 flights that I put on it today. I still have some fine tuning to do. The ailerons are a little twitchy. I'm going to have to do to this what I did to the F16 EDF version, which was I had to drill out the control arms on the servos and move the linkage, you know, closer into the servo, one hole, because I've already got the dual rates on this dial down to 70% on the ailerons, and it's still pretty twitchy. Now, when I did that on the EDF version, that really smoothed it out, and I still had very good control authority on it. So I'm going to do that with this one as well. And then I'll have to trim it out on the ailerons again, but I'm pretty happy with the results. So I'll see you out the field. You'll see the 2 test flights that I put on it. The next time I take it out, I'll have the aileron linkage adjusted to where it's not so twitchy. I will have that scoop in the front capped so that it cuts through the air a lot better. But you'll see just how much power this has, and almost double the amount of flight time on an old 3S 1300 milliamp hour Lipo. So I'll see you out there.
Alright, let's see if we can get it launched. Ooh, I got her pretty nose up there, didn't I? Oh, when I landed, I just had an old 3S 1300 milliamp hour Lipo in it. And it still had 3.6 volts per cell after I landed. I know I had it in the air for longer than 5 minutes, and I was very hard in the throttle. So I've cut it back to 4.5 minutes for this flight. I've got a lot of tuning to do on it, but so far pretty sweet. I haven't had a component failure. My elevator seems to be working. My split elevators are actually working now. That is awesome. I want to bring it out when there's less wind. Just trying to feel it out and see how it handles. Looks like I'm getting a little nose up attitude in the turn there. I don't know if that's wind or not. It's really hard to tell, you know, what kind of trim you need when you're flying in kind of breezy conditions. Pretty nice. Pretty nice so far. I'm getting a little zooming out of it at full throttle. I think one thing I haven't done yet that I really need to do is to cap that air inlet to cut down on a lot of the drag. I did take the air inlet off of the bottom and cap that with just a piece of plastic, so it wasn't pulling air in from underneath, but it's got that big scoop in the front. So I think before I bring it back out again, I think I'm going to cap that off, and that should cut down on a lot of drag. Yeah, that's not too bad. Man, does it have climb now. Whoa. So what do you guys think of the pusher version of this? Yeah, I think it's hitting some wind over there. I think that's what's going on. When it nosed up that time when I was in a turn, because I haven't seen it do that again. Pretty slick though, huh? Yeah, a little bit of zooming. I don't know if it's any faster. It might be faster once I cap that air inlet. I don't know if it's going to be any faster than the EDF version, but it certainly has more power and much longer flight time. I wish I'd have brought my newer 3S 1500 milliamp hour lipos with me. I think that would have been better than these 1300s. Okay, so I have no skid on the front anymore. All right, let's do our checks through here. That looks good through there. Nobody coming. Looks good through there. Okay, so let's see if we can bring it in and land it. I pushed the CG back just a little bit too from the last flight. Not much, just a couple of millimeters. Yeah, get a little bit of a crosswind. Well, plop. Better than the last landing. It ran out of steam. Let's see. Well, my rear skids are still good. I just got to glue the front skid back on. But what do you guys think? All right, let's see if we can get it launched. That was a little better. Well, I toned down my ailerons a little bit and added a little more expo. Let's see how that feels. Did get it trimmed a little bit better. Yeah, I think the ailerons are still a little twitchy. I'm gonna have to, I think I'm going to have to move the linkage. I've already got the ailerons down to 70% dual rate, so I think I'm gonna move the linkage on the ailerons to soften them up just a little bit. Still feels a bit twitchy, but it is handling a lot better. Wow, that must be wind up there pushing it over. Alright, maintains its line much better. I think once I get the twitchiness out of the ailerons, I think I'll be pretty close to finished with the setup. Feels like I got plenty of elevator. Awesome looking airframe, isn't it? Alright, so let's see. Oh yeah, that's that is still so fast. No wonder it feels twitchy. That's way too fast of a roll rate for me. Other than that, other than having some twitchy ailerons right now, it seems to be handling pretty darn well. Look at that climb. That is awesome. Yeah, I think I'm going to be very, very happy with this. And with that additional power that you get from this pusher motor and prop, you can definitely make some tighter maneuvers with it too. It's a little harder to do with the EDF version. Okay, so let's check our direction. We look good that way. Alright, we look good that way. I don't see any cows coming across the road yet. Oh, that was my best landing yet. Alright, so, gosh, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I think 1 to 2 more flight sessions with this pusher motor and prop converted EDF jet, and I think I'll have it golden. So, as soon as I do, I'll publish my setup file and my OpenTX model file on our Facebook page if you guys are interested in doing a similar conversion, because even on 3S, guys, you get a lot more power and you certainly get a tremendous amount of additional flight time out of it. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the air.